All right, welcome back to the Destination Unknown Dude channel. I've got my supervisor here. He makes a lot of racket, so there might be some racket during this video on top of the weed whacker going. But today, we got here is a water distillation machine, and it works on about 2 liters of water at a time. And I do this because I've got the off-grid solar over there on the ground mount, and typically by noon my batteries are full and I don't export power to the utility, so I have excess power that I want to burn up that's doing me no good. I got 16,000 watts out here, and once the batteries are full I may as well have 0 watts out there because it'll run the house no problem for air conditioning and other stuff. So I'm always looking for different things to do with my excess power. You know, I've got an electric lawnmower. We've got water heaters, so we'll wait till the sun's out typically to take a shower. Cooking happens during the daylight hours mostly, and air conditioning hits us most during the daylight hours also. So I don't have an electric car or anything else that's going to be a big consumer. So I got one of these. We've got well water, and we have water service for drinking water. So I'm not really trying to make drinking water here. I'm just trying to burn up some power. So what I do is I take the well water, which I have distilled this before. Check out my shorts. I distilled this before just to see what was left over in the cooking vessel here, and there was nothing left over when I did the purified water. But when I do my well water, there's all kinds of crust left over, and I've got a 5-micron filter, but it still has quite a bit of crust left over from my well water. And I've got a 100-foot well, but like I said, I don't drink that water. I don't even drink the distilled water. What I do is I load this thing up, and it'll take a couple hours to complete. Load this bad boy up. I got this off of Lazada for like 4,000 pesos. And you just put your glass container under here and hit go, and you're cooking water. So it'll just come down here and into here, and this thing will fill up. This thing will automatically stop if you forget about it. Right here is the breaker, so if it runs out of water it'll automatically stop, so you don't have to worry too much about this. But I just take this water and I give it to the pets. I got dog water out here, dog water inside, and I just clean out those bowls and fill them up with distilled water. Can't hurt. I got the power. So that's what I'm doing, and I like this situation. When you're making purified water, there's always a byproduct, a waste. So with this, my waste is electricity, but I have got unlimited electricity once my batteries are full, so not really a concern. So that's the waste product with this, is it makes it wastes a lot of electricity. With reverse osmosis, at least in the home system, is very expensive. This was 4,000 pesos. The home reverse osmosis that would do the same thing as this can be as much as 30,000 for all the filters and all that stuff to get going. And then you got to set it up, and it takes a little bit of electricity, but not much. But for every gallon of water you're getting, it wastes 3 to 4 gallons of water. So what are you going to do with that wastewater? I guess you could put it on your plants and stuff, but otherwise it's just going to send it down the drain. So the reverse osmosis, its waste product is water. This one's waste product is electricity. Plus the cost of the reverse osmosis is pretty pricey. So I can get a hell of a lot of 5-gallon replacement water jugs for the cost of 30,000 pesos for a reverse osmosis machine. And if I had a herd of these, I could make some of that water. It's not really feasible. I could get a herd of these if I wanted to, and make a bunch of water. a bunch of distilled water, but I'm not really in that business. But it's significantly cheaper. So if I bought 30,000 pesos of these and stacked them up and had them all running during the day, maybe you could do something with that, but that's not what I'm doing. Plus, with a reverse osmosis, you got maintenance, you got filters changes that you have to do, and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of filters involved in that system, so you have to do a lot of filter changes and scratch and post. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me when the waste is water, and I don't want to waste water. I'd rather waste electricity. So that's the whole point of this. I'm wasting electricity, making water that I'm not even going to drink. I'm going to give to the animals, and I just think it's entertaining me. I like thinking of ways that I can use my waste energy, and maybe eventually I'll get an electric motorcycle or an electric car or whatever, and then I'll really have something to use that electricity out there that's being wasted. Because, you know, as much as I live on a dirt road and I don't want to buy a new car, much as I don't want to do that, now that the price of diesel has come back down here in the Philippines, it's better. But when it was $9 a gallon, it does make you think, well, how much am I spending a month on fuel when my fuel could be free? So you start spending $200, $300, $400, which isn't really easy to do in the Philippines. You don't really do a lot of driving here. But you start spending $400 a month on fuel and start doing the math on that compared to getting your fuel for free, then at least it's something to think about. But, you know, with any new car comes insurance, concern over new technology, especially from China, and whether it's going to hold up long term, if you can get it fixed, if you can get repair parts, all that kind of stuff. So one thing I like about this is it's simple, it's self-contained. So that's the car thing, but whatever. This thing's simple, it's self-contained. It's not a bunch of filters and other crap that's going to leak or cause a problem. I don't need to exchange filters. If this thing blows up, it's cheap enough, I'll just buy another one, no big deal. So it's wasting my electricity right now, making water. So there you go. That's what's going on here. It came with this glass, and the glass is big enough to hold whatever's distilled. So it runs out of water about the same time this thing gets full. And the water is warm in there, but it's not super hot, so you're not going to burn yourself dealing with the distilled water. All right, y'all. That's what we're doing here. That's what's going on. Got my supervisor. This is Mais, which is Tagalog for corn. We found him in a cornfield, and he turned out to be a super nice cat. So that's it. That's what we're up to. I'm making a little moringa. That's a stick from the moringa tree out there. Making a little soup with moringa in it. So that's what we're up to today. Just distilling some water, checking out some plants. For my next project, I'm gonna make a mosquito killing machine. We don't really have mosquitoes here, but I saw a cool video, and I'll make a video of it when I complete it, but how they're doing mosquito control, and I've got a couple ideas on that, so that'll be coming up soon. So we'll see y'all later. Like, comment, subscribe.